afraid now? You weren't afraid before something happened. You ain't never been afraid like this, like you are now. Why are you afraid? Oh, that's the Most High. Oh, you are afraid of him, huh? See?
Afraid of what you see.
Huh?
Afraid of what you see.
Yeah. That's why we require a sign. But don't need the sign before you fear him, man. That's why he say, we only fishing so long, man. Right now, it's a nice, mellow teachings and so forth. You see this. But when he raised us up to fulfill what is getting ready to be said right here, you better be ready, straight up. He said, once we fish, we don't gonna fish so long. We ain't gonna be out there in the streets, we ain't gonna be teaching like we teaching right now, but for so long.
That thing is fire.
Yep. Get it. But we're gonna get it says, and after we fish so long, trying to get the brothers to come in and really stay stable in this, and be in this, after what I said for many hunters. And they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and from out of the holes of the rocks. If they run up in the mountains, no matter where they go. But mine eyes are upon all their ways. See? They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. Because the Most High's eyes are what? How powerful? 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Come. See? So now, you were saying Amos? 9 and 8? What? The eyes of the Most High from the temple king?
No, I was talking about what you said, the word of the Most High, he's going to send the family. They ain't going to be able to deal with the word. We ain't going to be secret class.
Oh yeah, I mean this. No, you go to Hebrews 8 and 8. Here we go right here. Go to Hebrews 8 and 8. As far as where we're gonna be at, where we gotta be at. It's gonna come a time, man. Hebrews 8 and 8. Somebody wanna read that for me?
They used to say knowledge should be fulfilled at that time too. So like you said, that's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever you gather them now, that's what's gonna hold you.
Right.
In that time.
Isaiah 33 and 6. Read that. Hebrews 8 and 8. Y'all too slow. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, said the Most High, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. That's all 12 tribes, northern tribes and southern tribes. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant. We didn't continue in his laws. And I regarded them not, said the Most High. For this is the covenant, this is the contract and agreement that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Most High. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me, a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Most High, know Mashiach Yahushua, for all, which is a certain number, all is a certain number, shall know me from the least to the greatest. See? Those that are the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. For I will be merciful, huh? Right, 1/3. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness. See? And their sins and their iniquity will I remember no more. He's gonna forgive us. And that he said, a new covenant, a new contract, a new agreement, he hath made the first old. Now that was decayed and waxes old is ready to vanish away. Because this new covenant he's making with us, because you understand, this was written for us. It wasn't written for everybody that lived on the earth, because the prophecies that happened that was written didn't happen in their time. But we can go back. The whole Bible is from the past to the present to the future. Now we can look at the past, what happened. That's what we're doing tonight. We're going over our story of what happened in the Feast of Dedication. See what I'm saying? How the temple was destroyed, now it's brought back to us. That's why going back to 1 Maccabees 5 and 2. Wherefore they thought to destroy the generation of Jacob that was among them. And thereupon they began to slay and destroy the people. They began to slay and destroy the people. They began to kill us. All the ones that was among these Gentile nations, they started to kill us. Then Judah fought against the children of Esau in Idumea. The Caucasians that was in Idumea. We just read the definition of Idumea, said what? Edom, Rome. So Judah fought against the Esau in Idumea at Arabatim because they besieged Israel. And he gave them a great overthrow and abated their courage and took their spoils, robbed them of everything. See? And that's why when you look at John the 10th chapter, we notice during the time of the Greek and the Roman Empire, right? So now when you look at John the 10th chapter, now Mashiach Yahushua, he's on the earth. He's on the earth, he came in the flesh. So now you look at John 10 and 22. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication. And it was winter. And the Mashiach Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, how long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be Hamashiach, tell us plainly. If you the Hamashiach, tell us plainly. Mashiach Yahushua answered them, I told you, and you believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. So, go to Revelation 14. His sheep hear his voice, and they follow him. So, Revelation 14. Verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. It's very important. Just 144,000 that's going to have the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Abraham, Yatazak, Hawayai, written in their forehead. He said, this is my name forever and memorial to all generations. Mashiach Yahushua came back in Matthew 22:32, said, I am the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's very important that you see these things because he was identified as such. And when you identify him as the power of Abraham, who had a son named Isaac, who had a son named Jacob, who is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, how can anybody else do it? You can't intermix nobody into that. But they're not of Jacob. You understand that? They're not Israelites. They're not, the Most High ain't dealing with them. You don't know them. That's right, ain't no spiritual Israelite, right? Grafted in and all that. Nah. That's why when you understand, it's like, if the Most High didn't pull a Yahuwah move on them and say, look, read this, y'all can read this. You read it, do what you're doing. Because we wouldn't have the Bible. Just like, what did they burn up the Bibles? Antiochus Epiphanes, they burned them up. Understand this, y'all, this is real. He burned them up. Why? Why do you think he burned them up? Why would he burn them up? Right, so we won't know the laws of the Most High. Remember we read about how he said everybody should leave his laws and be one people, New World Order. Right? They did that, man. This is what they done. As a matter of fact, it's written where they did that. Look at First Maccabees, first chapter. Let's start at verse 51. It says, in the self-same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, Antiochus Epiphanes, this wicked Edomite, and appointed overseers over all the people. That sounds familiar. An overseer commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, so to wit, everyone that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land. See? And drove the Israelites into secret places when we went into the catacombs, even wheresoever they could flee for security, for security. This is when we went into the catacombs. Now the 15th day of the 15th day of the month Caslu, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar and built idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, once again, and when they had rent in pieces the Bible, which is the books of the law, which they found, they burned them with fire. See? So we couldn't follow the laws. We didn't have anything to go by. And whensoever was found with any the book of the testament, and you were found with the Bible, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death. But now we're taught what? We're not under the law, but we're in the mercy and grace. They don't even have to do that to us. They just program them to think like that, right? I mean, think about it. They put us to death for having the Bible. But now, they don't have to, because they just, I mean, that's how serious this programming is. Yeah, no, brain polluted. Not washed. Because you wash it, clean guts. They polluted our minds.
We're being washed right now.
Yeah, right. We're being washed right now. Understanding this truth, right? It says, the king's commandment was that they should be put to death. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the cities. Now this is you gotta understand, every month they did this every month. Listen at the day. Now the 25th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the idol altars. So that's gonna be the 25th of this month too. Which is what? Christmas. They said on the 25th month of Caslu, which is December, Caslu, the 9th month that we in right now. This when they brought the abomination of desolation. This what everybody understanding that they call themselves honoring Satan cause, because it ain't a Mashiach Yahushua birthday. It is Satan cause. It ain't got nothing to do with Nimrod's or Tammuz, whichever birthday, ain't nothing got to do with a Mashiach Yahushua. You know? I did a whole lesson on that. You can go in that, we go into the Latin Bibles. Just go on YouTube, or I know it's on my website, www.shieldofwisdom.com. Got the whole gamut of Christmas right there, going to the Latin dictionaries and everything, man, about how this is dealing with a satanic ritual and so forth. I got the America's occult holidays, Edomites dropping it, man. Humanized sacrifices, man, that's what's happening. People being sacrificed, and people celebrating the sacrifice of people. You don't even realize it. That's what you're doing. That's why most I said, learn not to wear the heathen. They doing it, you better question it and say, no, we ain't doing that. But listen to this. Now the 25th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the outer altar, which was upon the altar of the Most High. At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised on that 8th day. They killed the women for having the boys circumcised on the 8th day, because that's part of the covenant that we were supposed to circumcise the baby, the male baby's penis on the 8th day. So they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. And they hanged the infants about their necks. Here comes this Christmas right now. and rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them. That's why you see them bulbs on them trees. Those are our babies. Like you go to Target, you're going to see faces on them trees.
Yeah, on the tree, pictures of
Yep, pictures of faces, all that come from them cutting our babies' heads off and putting them on them trees, man. That's what they did. And see, we looking at just a pretty bulb on there, yeah. But those were our babies that they put on them trees, man. And they hanged the infants about their necks, see? They hanged the infants about their neck. They put them on them trees. And rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them. Howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. We followed the dietary laws. Wherefore they chose rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats. That's serious. And that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died. And there was very great wrath upon Israel. Until Judas Maccabees, Mattathias, which you keep on reading down, which y'all little late in the game, but we already went through Mattathias, Judas Maccabees and his brother's father, said, hey man, stand strong. Unto death, fight for your nation. Everybody else fight for their nation. We just the humble and the meek that the Most High have put upon this earth, man, until we fulfill what it is that he said we're going to do. But you see in Revelation 14 and 2, it says, and I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, music. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts, and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. That's 12,000 from each of the tribes of Israel. These are they which were not defiled with women. For they are virgins. You're looking at a man can be defiled by a woman. You can be defiled by a woman. If she's not in the spirit of the Most High. Easy. Many men just go off. Just went off because of that love or the power that she had. You got the truth, then you got what next?
Women.
Huh? Then you got what?
Women.
Women. Right there. That's it. The truth, then the woman. They got that power, man. So, the 144,000 not going to be defiled where, because to be defiled means that you have followed something that's against the law. That's all. They're going to be steadfast with what's right. Have their household in order. And yes.
I got a question. Right here where it says women, could that also go to all the different women gods or something?
I can't understand.
I said, could that also apply to all the different many women gods that's out here?
Women gods. If there's a woman and she's a god, then that's still you're being defiled by following her. Any female entity that a man that takes him off of following the Most High, or even a Gentile-minded Israelite woman. Because he said, learn not the way of the heathen. So you're dealing with that also. We're dealing with a lot in our time now. You know what I mean? Because they say they are virgins. They don't allow them to touch them to take you off your course. You understand what I'm saying? Because their mindset is not right to the aspect of the Most High, where we gotta set. That's why I say men gonna be apart, women over here, men gonna be apart, because when it go down, these women ain't gonna be there when they say we gonna by the hand of the Most High. Hand of Israel, you're gonna do the nations in. Women ain't gonna be there. So if you caught up on your woman and you got to deal with that, then you're going to be that part of what you're going to be dealing with. Either you're going to be able to save her or you're not going to be able to save her. That's why he said choose life or death. 144,000 not going to be defiled with women. And she's supposed to know just like you know. That's why you teach your woman, this is what this says. And some things, she got to accept it all. Else you can be defiled by a woman. I don't like that part. I ain't going to accept that. Certain part, I don't accept that. So now you say, okay, well, she don't accept that, so now you go with her. So now you are defiled by how she believes, because she don't believe in the whole Bible. She only believes in certain parts. And so, a lot of times, it don't even apply to them. What I've found, as long as I've been in the truth, most of the time, certain parts of the Bible don't apply to them at all, but they don't believe, they go against it. But the Most High always got some little something in the hole to say, what about this? What about this? You don't accept this? What about what the Most High did? You know what I mean? Now, you got to accept it. But I mean, this ain't no hard thing though, man. I mean, this ain't nothing that you got to really look at hard, because if you got a woman, she's supposed to be teaching her anyway. She's supposed to be locked into every word of the Most High is pure. So some of us not. See, that's what Esau did. Esau did to us. He said, you don't need to read some of the Bible. Some parts of the Bible you don't need to read. He did that to us. So when you see certain parts of the Bible, they say, oh no, I don't want to deal with that. Like Revelation, period. It's taboo. Oh, Revelation, oh no, it's too deep. Because it's talking about what you hear in it now. The 144,000, they're not going to be defiled. And plus, also, like you were saying, a woman, but Esau is a woman. Yeah. All these Semiramis. They ain't bowing down to the Semiramis and the baby Nimrod, the baby Tammuz. You see what I'm saying? Virgins, untouched. What do you mean? Untouched. They can't touch you.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, Statue of Liberty. You know what I mean? All these things that you can look at and bow it down to these idols. Because it started with, I mean, really, a lot of these churches, man, they bow down to Semiramis, like you said. You know what I mean? They ain't defiled by this woman. Or, like I say, Israelites that's got an feminine spirit too. Like women. They undefiled with that spirit too. They ain't going through so many things that the Most High say. He give us certain aspects of the flesh. They're not going to make it. You ain't going to make it to the kingdom. That's why you got to go to the fruits of the spirit, and not the fruits of the flesh. All the things that Esau put in front of our face, the lust, for us to lust out, so we can die with him. Because he don't want to see you make it. No, I mean, come on, we can read the Son of Man. He say they don't.